Now listen up, hear me out, folks. I know this is AI slop, but when AI is done right, this is actually really, really fun. Have a look at this. That is so cool. Oh my god. Whoa. My god. This is really good. Oh, Ryu now meets entry code. God, this is really good CGI/AI. This is awesome. They need to do this for real in the actual film. It's not going to happen. Noah Centineo. Oh, I like this. Oh, Kylie. Whoa. Hang on. Do you know what? I need to kind of freeze frame this for a little second. I mean, is it me or is it a bit of a cold, nippy day for Kylie? I mean, that's an attention to detail that, yeah, you can replicate that or you can instruct AI to do it, but you got to be very careful how you do. But oh, wow, this is so freaking cool, man. Oh my god. I couldn't be more hyped for Street Fighter in October this year, honestly. But more than Spider-Man Brand New Gay, this is what I'm waiting for. Holy shit, man. This is so good. Whoa! Hang on a second. Let me go back there. I mean, dang, dude. I mean, whoa. Balrog. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, look at that. 50 Cent. Oh, no, Blanca, yeah, who looks like the guy from the Fallout TV series, Walton Goggins. This is so good. Dance him, meet your new counterpart. Okay, Zangief, Oliver Richters. This is really good. Holy shit, man. Zvega. Oh yeah, Orville Peck, I can't wait to see what he looks like as the role of the character, not what he looks like. You know what I mean? E Honda meet yeah, Hiroki Goto. Oh man, bow down. Oh man, Raul Julia was great. This is so good, man.
Sue, which cast is better? Choose your favorite and subscribe to see more.
That is so good. Bravo, man. Bravo. That was some of the best AI I've seen.
Her voice may be almost as important to gamers as Lara's double pistols, curves, and skimpy shorts.
Kung Fu Hot Dog
is a Kung Fu renegade cop. Now he must defeat the most evil Kung Fu master in the world.
For a modern gaming audience.
Get ready for a new world of unspeakable adventures.
I said, Mummy, I like the way the lady runs.
Get ready for a new world of unspeakable adventures never before shown in a motion picture. Get ready for
Kung Fu Hot Dog.
Right?
But anyway, folks, Jewel Shockers, I wanted to highlight this article right here. 9 Street Fighter characters fans are most nervous to see adapted in the 2026 movie. Now, interesting article this, because Christopher Harkin, because he's harking back to the 90s, which is a very good point, actually. He says here that the Street Fighter fan base might not be as rabid as it was back in the 90s, which is true because don't forget the internet wasn't really out there yet and people were going to arcades and playing Street Fighter ad nauseum. I did that as well. But fans of the franchise have a lot of hopes and fears regarding the upcoming film adaptation, or it's a reboot. Well, neither time has there been anything other than an unmitigated failure. Look, the 1994 film is not a failure. I mean, yes, it is compared to Mortal Kombat a year later, but they're different franchises. How do you approach them, right? So here we go. Dan Hibiki, will the joke translate to the screen? Well, listen, this guy, Andrew Schultz, dropped the biggest banger during Jeff Keighley's Game Awards last year, and I thought that was hilarious.
And we're not the only game that appreciates your patronage. There's another game out there. They also flew from around the world to be here because they appreciate you. So give it up for the whole cast of Mortal Kombat 2! I'm just kidding. They didn't come. They don't care about you. They only care about money. Okay? We care about...
Schultz, a notable comedian and a funny one from what I've seen of him, has been cast to bring Hibiki to life on the big screen. Oh, Hibiki, you're so fine, Hibiki, Hibiki. He defeated a man who killed his father before opening a fighting school based on his own fight style. It will probably only amount to a comedic bit role, maybe. The main danger for fans like myself around his character is that he might not land well. Again, this film's going to be a PG-13, so it depends. It actually depends. I thought his joke on that Game Award session landed very, very well. Now, one of the characters that fans have trepidations about is Blanca, played by Jason Momoa. And again, Momoa, yeah, he's packing on the odd poundage here and there, but he still looks good. But the biggest fear is that he could simply be Jason Momoa isn't Brazilian, but then again, he's ethnic, so doesn't matter. I guess maybe, yeah, you should have cast a Brazilian actor in the role. That's true, but you want big names to draw in the crowd, right? Again, I wouldn't call Momoa an A-list star. He's more like a B/C lister. But yeah, so again, I'm not sure why Harkin would bring this specific point up, because then are we saying, I mean, look, Cammy isn't even English in this film. She's played by another actress, an Australian actress, Mel Johnson.
What?
Anyway, I've not got to her section here yet in this article, so we'll see. Akuma Matata, WWE meets Hollywood, played by Roman Reigns, an addition as the WWE star. Well, he's not the only one, is he? In theory or in fan casting, he's a great choice. However, in Hollywood terms, he doesn't have a lot of experience, and rumors suggest he could be a major villain in the Street Fighter movie. Fans are worried about this because Reigns definitely has the fearsome qualities required for such a role, but does he possess the acting chops? Again, does it matter? I mean, if he's part of WWE, right, you do acting in terms of the stage fights and the confrontations, don't you? So I think he'll be fine. John Cena was a bit rough around the edges when he did 12 rounds, but he was okay. Chun-Li, she's looking good so far, and yeah, I had some minor concerns because she's not as hot as Ming-Na Wen, but again, while the character can be hot or not, remember that website back in the day, folks? I think they've pretty much nailed the essence of her character here. Probably the most beloved character in the Street Fighter franchise. Yeah, she is. I don't know if she's the most beloved, but she's certainly up there with Ken and Ryu. So again, I think if you look at the gallery of Street Fighter contenders, they're all beloved in their own way, right? Now, whether or not the young Kalina Liang can pull off the role remains to be seen, as she doesn't have much action experience. But why does that matter? Having appeared in 2 films and 2 TV series so far, this is a make or break moment for Liang's career in Hollywood. The trailer showed off quite a lot of Chun-Li and her lovely legs, recruiting fighters for the tournament, bantering with Cammy, and in action herself. So fingers crossed that she definitely has not just those, but her legs crossed, and will be a huge success with the character. I think she'll be okay. Dalsim! Tricky to adapt. Now, in the history of failed Fantastic Four films and what they've proven, it's difficult to master these stretching effects. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I thought they were fine in the Tim Story movies because I'm very biased towards those particular Fantastic Four films. I think they're terrific. Dalsim will be tough to adapt, his origins in stereotypes aside. His power set is incredibly difficult to make cool in live action fight scenes. Whether the stretching abilities will be ignored, no, they won't be, or played for laughs, might be taken too seriously, remains to be seen. But look, what I've seen so far, look, Cammy, who's a British babe, clearly played by someone who's not British. Now, she was brought in to be a sex symbol. Of course she was, because this was video games before the whole industry got infiltrated by crazy activists. However, Cammy is a character who, despite beginning that way, has evolved past those origins to be a fully fledged character in her own right, but she's still as thick as hell, man, and we love that. Through Killer Bee, her darker origin and modern motivations, Cammy is a fighter with a lot more to her nowadays. But yeah, definitely how we see now. Do you know what I'm thinking? that moment we saw of her in the trailer where we saw the backside of her, I wonder if that's going to be in the final cut of the movie, because maybe when we see it, she's a bit more covered up. I do wonder, you know, let's not fall for that trick. But listen, I'm already super hyped for this film anyway, so I'm not too fussed whether they cover up or not. I prefer she's a little less covered. But Guile, now another wrestler leaping into Hollywood. So again, Guile is an iconic character. Love the hairstyle. Yes, we saw him in that comedic role in the Liam Neeson Naked Gun reboot with Pam Anderson. I thought he was Henry Cavill for a second, didn't realize it was him. So he's replacing Jean-Claude Van Damme. And again, it appears from the trailer that Guile's scary persona and aggressive style will be used somewhat comedically in the new film. This sounds like a great idea in theory, but given Rhodes has only appeared in one film before and not in a big role, the challenge is like Roman Reigns, can he flex his acting chops? Now, Ken Masters, Noah Centineo, I've always liked this guy. He's your new John Rambo, by the way. Ken Masters is another great Street Fighter character. He is. And young star Centineo might be taking him on at the right time to make a big splash. However, with little action experience under his belt and his less adapted role coming in from the underwhelming Atom Smasher and Black Adam, although I thought he was good in that, there are plenty of doubts circling his character. Oh, come on, man. Look, again, he's shaping up to be John Rambo, and he's got the seal of approval from Sly Stallone. So, come on, man. You've got to stop pigeonholing people that have not had much acting experience in action to bring that to the table. I'm sure he will. The trailer will tell you that he's done that. So why is Christopher harking back to doubts about whether this guy can pull it off? Come on, man. M. Bison, a terrifying presence with unusual casting because Das Malchin is a great actor. Raul Julia had some action experience, limited in his earlier career before he sadly passed away. So we didn't cast doubts about him, and I don't think we should be casting doubts about Das Malchin right now. That's a mouthful. But again, we haven't seen him speak yet. So the next trailer they released before October, we've got to see Das Malchin exuding the villainous presence as M. Bison, because that's what we all want to see. And he's supposed to be muscular. I think what they're going to do with him is going to be like Sinbad the Sailor, those cartoons where he pulls his belt and he gets super roided up. We might see something similar like this. That's what they should go with. If you want to bring the comedic, goofy overtones into this film, that's what they should go with. And I think they're saving that as a big surprise, to be honest. And that's it. But again, Andrew Koji, oddly enough, has been missing from here. I don't see him. Well, have I skipped past him? I don't think I have. Yeah, so I guess the reason we're not showing Andrew Koji as Ryu, because there's nothing to worry about regarding his take on the character. I think he looks good. Again, he's playing a younger version of Ryu, because obviously in the later games, Ryu is a lot more mature. He's got the designer beard and stubble going on, and he looks fantastic. Well, what are your thoughts, folks? What are your feelings? Do you have trepidations? Do you think this is going to be Street Fighter 2, as in, hey, if we made this in 1996, it will be like this? I don't think so. There's definitely a hint of darkness, but it's not going to be dark like Mortal Kombat 2, which I saw again last night. Still love the film. I think that film and Street Fighter can exist in the same wheelhouse. Different fan base, different opinions. That doesn't matter. They both have different approaches. It's like Marvel and DC. Which do you prefer? Although my favorite Marvel superhero is Spider-Man, I do actually prefer DC's output because the stories are a lot more darker and grittier and lots of relatable characters in there, and just the tone is great, which Zack Snyder was trying to bring until he got usurped by Warner Brothers, who felt that wasn't the way to go. But what do Warner Brothers know? We already know they're the dumbest film company ever, which is why I'm kind of glad that Street Fighter is under Paramount. And I think if Paramount, whoever's marketing this Street Fighter movie, please do a great job. I'm so hyped for this movie. I mean, even if I walk out of the cinema and people kind of give it a 7 out of 10, as long as I enjoy and I get the feels of this, because again, the first arcade video game I played was Street Fighter. And on that one, ladies and gentlemen, if you were me and if I were you, I'll catch you catching me for the return of the next video.